Welcome back, sleepers, to The Lucky Die. Previously, Laffian helps find clarity, Rhal finds direction, Squash wants to scry, and Zaltanna takes an angry nap. As the book leads the rescue party, the rescue team and our heroes exchange information, including that Emil is ready to take Dachin into the ether. As the team scry on Common's corpse, they have to make a hard decision, rush in to save Damas resourceless, or push into Bellum. Will Empress Apella's team be able to close the underwater portal? Will Damas be able to escape Dachin's plan? And what awaits them in Bellum? I guess we're about to find out. Welcome back to The Lucky Die.
Y'all hit the long rest buttons. Huzzah!
We totally leveled up too, right?
No.
Fuck. We kicked his ass, though.
We didn't
They kicked his ass, but he's not dead.
Yeah. I'm not taking a long, a level up for what has happened so far.
If Squash wasn't trying to just XP farm for those kills, what were we doing?
You seem like one of those blocks you do in Minecraft. So, like, you kill the Dachin, you stay and wait round his anchor. When he pops back up, you kill him again. Like, rinse and repeat. XP farm.
I'm not going to say that was my plan, but
It's a pretty good one.
I was going to bring it up.
Killing Dacian would be an experience.
An experience every
But,
child should get to experience.
Experience in kicking our ass.
It's Zaltanna world. You like at the end of the haunted house, you get to stab Dacian.
All right. Yeah, you all get to hit your long rest buttons.
Yep.
What do you guys want to do?
We did not get a panic button from Damaz then?
Damaz.
Nope.
Oh, right. Good morning, Rhal. Yeah, there was a bit of a slight scare that happened while you were resting, but I think it was handled relatively well. Zaltanna, you didn't hear any screaming, "Oh God, I'm dying, please help" in your head, right?
Some more shadows?
No, Dachin. Apparently was...
Dacian came here?
No. Dachin found out where Damaz is and I guess was trying to set up an ambush on him, but we think that he was actually trying to set up an ambush for us.
Oh.
And Squash wanted us to go and, protect and then go beat up Dachin and everything, but the problem is, it's a whole thing. We didn't end up doing that, but we did let Emil know, and Damaj was supposed to call through the Zaltanna phone.
Are we going northeast now?
No, we're going to Bellum.
Oh.
No, we're gonna let Emil and other people take care of the Damas problem. No, the Dachin problem.
Both problems.
I guess it's the same problem at this point, isn't it?
I feel like you're a little bitter.
Oh, yeah. Did anyone fill in,
I just did.
Oh, okay.
Did you get
you guys sitting at the table, like, eating, like, trying to catch up over rations and breakfast?
No, sorry,
yeah.
I wasn't paying attention. I was meditating.
Was that sarcasm?
Bluff check?
No, actually, I want to have actually been meditating. To check
Absolutely.
on
You definitely do
Damas.
Huh?
You don't really hear anything from him. You don't feel any loss, so you assume he's not dead or been captured. Demi hasn't screamed. You haven't heard Demi scream from outside the building where she's still hanging out. You haven't picked up any clues that there's any problems, so you assume he's okay.
Damus is still alive. So
Small victories.
I'd say that's a big victory, Squash. But maybe our perception of size is skewed.
All right. Okay. Sorry, I was chewing a little bit of bacon there. This breakfast is fantastic. And by fantastic, I mean not.
It tastes like rations, yeah.
Yeah.
Don't forget to mark rations off, please.
We still tracking that shit?
Yes, you are.
I haven't been. What the fuck am I?
I feel like every single time you guys mention having rations, I mention, hey, you should be tracking your rations.
I hate it.
Otherwise, soon I'm going to hit reset on your rations. I'm just going to find a way of destroying them all. And then you will have to track them because you'll have none.
It's so pointless, V.
It's not.
It's so
when you have to walk for 7 days and you have no food, you have to go get some rations because that will equal exhaustion, which may or may not be important.
So when are they going to fix the weather that Dacian's made?
It's only been 8 hours since this morning. The book was talking about having to try again, so you probably reckon in the next 12, 14, 16 hours they'll have another chance. So it is still incredibly hot.
That's okay. We're going from one hot place to another, assuming that Bellum is as hellish of a landscape as I've heard.
I just hope Dacian stops all that. He's going to kill the Dragonborn.
He's going to kill a lot more than that if we don't stop and roll.
I am actively sorry that I offended the book and that she left. I wasn't in the greatest mood yesterday.
You can tell her yourself the next time we're back near the temple or anywhere in her vicinity.
Okay, yeah, but then I have to talk to her. God, fine. Yes. Yes, I will do that.
Okay, we need to get going. The more time we spend here, the less time we'll have elsewhere, and planning to travel is weird with time and everything.
Yeah.
We need to finish doing this. The sooner we finish doing all of this, the sooner we can take the fight, assumably elsewhere, and be prepared. And then if we have time in between, maybe we can, I don't know, go kick Dacian in the shin a couple times or something.
Give me a minute. I'll get Demi in here to get us. Where were we going? To somebody's grave?
All right, V, I'm going to need you to remind me here.
Ama gave Rhal the bracelet that was for Liana that should be able to help Demi direct you to where she is in Bellum.
Okay, thank you.
That is the hope.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay. Thank you. Okay. Yeah.
Rather than like, here's a whole plane of existence. She can at least narrow it down to a couple of miles.
I'll go get Demi and get her to help us get into Bellum. Give me a minute.
You're good.
Squash is going to get up and leave the house, I guess. The shack.
How dare you?
I could have said
this is a stone-built construction home. This is better than a chic shack. How dare you?
I never said shit shack. I just said shack. Okay. I leave the Mason Temple.
all right. Motherfucker.
Why does that sound like a euphemism?
It's not. I'm just taking the piss.
Maybe that is the euphemism itself.
You find her kind of off to one side, just kind of sitting down in like the overgrowth of things that are around, and you can tell that like, a lot of magic has gone off in this area. You can tell that some of the plants are a little bit more alive than they should be, or bigger and blooming. They've changed colors in a way that is not really a natural kind of looking color. And you can see like kind of cracks in the earth and the ground all around where she's sitting.
Squash is just gonna like walk up and sit next to her, maybe a little bit too close, but that's for other people to decide. Hey,
you guys good to go?
Yeah, I think they're rearing to get to Bellum.
But you're not.
No, I clearly thought this was a mistake. Bad idea.
Yeah. I think we should have gone after him too. But I also know Damas. he made it very clear when he and I spoke last that Zaltanna is his priority and that he's super mad at me, so I need to bow to his wishes on that one, and I don't want to see you laying on the ground covered in blood again. So, there's that.
Okay, first of all, I didn't want to be like that either. Kind of got my ass whooped.
Just
But-
a little.
Second of all, while you should respect Damas's decision, doesn't mean you have to like it. People we love do
I don't.
stupid shit all the time.
All right.
No, what is his plan? Is he just cutting off his? Is he? Oh, what's it called? The stupid thing that like kings and princes do when they claim they're no longer part of the royalty. It's like a word for that. Is he giving
we might
up
want to
his?
ask Laffy, isn't it?
Getting cancelled?
No. Rhal, what are you doing here? Ooh, I'm a ghost.
Abdicating?
I think it's when you like give up your title. So
Yeah,
what is he?
abdicating.
Is he abdicating his title as a Bloodhorn?
Yeah. He's joining Helsif's clan.
So you're the only Bloodhorn.
Yeah.
Squash looks around.
Oh, this isn't the only island. This is just the one that has protections on it. Like, they set this up from when I was a kid and couldn't necessarily control all the fire stuff that was happening. So I sometimes needed to come for a timeout to chill down, out.
This
all
was
good
your
stuff.
timeout
So-
island?
Yes.
Well, didn't somebody live in the lap of luxury? You had an entire island for when you were having your little tantrums.
Well, no. Hey,
I had a corner.
yes.
Suddenly the fireball
was-
heard around the world.
I had-
Jesus, that is the weirdest flirting I've ever heard in my fucking life.
Well, I had a corner.
Suddenly the specters are around. I can
Nice.
feel them.
Aren't you special for having your own island? You cute island haver, you.
I don't know what Squash
Rhal
is going
senses
for.
all the specters moving in the
Suddenly I
background.
feel all the specters. They're all here.
They're gathering outside. What the fuck?
Party.
Oh, it's gonna be a fucking murder.
Yes, there was somewhere safer for me to be. So,
That's nice. So, wait, you have to... Was Damas taking care of the islands? Were you taking care of the islands? Or are other orc clans moving in? What's going on?
No. So I haven't been back to the islands since Damas and I left.
And the other orc clans just know to stay the fuck away because otherwise Demi and Damas is going to show up?
Yeah. When you kind of wipe out a good portion of another island, they kind of know to not step foot here. But I guess that's not really a problem anymore. Just maybe off this tiny island. Maybe this is the one that they don't take. That's fine with me.
Well, you are now an Eye of Grooms, an avatar of Grooms. I believe the Bloodhorns are at least not going to be forgotten anytime soon. I have a
Oh,
feel-
God, no. No. Hey, I appreciate what you're trying to do, but
I know.
I
I'm
think
bad
I
at
just-
it. Don't worry.
No, you're not. I'm not great at the other side of this. I need time to deal with stuff, and you guys need to go do what you need to do, and I need to check on Damas, whether he likes it or not. You know,
Please do.
I will. He also mentioned that I should be giving you gold because he's supposed to pay you, but I don't
No.
really have any gold on me, so I'm just not really gonna.
He fired me
He
and then
says
he
you
started
owed
giving me
wages?
gold. I didn't understand exactly what was going on anymore. I
Call
don't,
severance,
fire
face wash, Severance.
I don't think
He didn't fire you. He put you under my. He lent your services to me. That's not the same as being fired.
that's not how
Well,
he
I mean-
put it to me, but okay.
He might have mentioned fire as like a hey, warning, my sister's on fire, like rather than like hey, you're being fired. Were you actually listening to him when he said you were going to come to work for me?
Intently. I know I often have to read into the words this man says.
I think at this point they're probably
Yeah.
back at the hut.
Yeah, I'm happy with that.
All right. Okay. Okay. So, Bellum. Okay. Is there anything you guys need?
I have no idea.
One of everything in Carson's inventory, but other than that, no.
No one, not even Carson, is that rich.
He is. He just won't share it for the sake of the world. But
No.
So I have to find this person and get them to take us to the place where all those vines were.
And I'm assuming that whatever your task is will kind of
reveal
present itself.
I hope so.
magically.
Sounds. Yeah. And maybe try and seek out the army while you're there.
We do need that.
Yeah. I don't have any leads or help with that.
You know what? I think we're going to figure it out. I think Bellum might be a little bit of a home turf for one of us.
You?
No, Zaltanna, the god of slaughter. Goddess of slaughter. I got a feeling like she's going to speak their language. Violence.
That's Sergeant Slaughter to you.
Oh, Captain,
Lord
No,
of
I'm
the
just
Dogs.
fucking with you. I'm just fucking with you.
I love it so much.
Goddess of Bloody Vengeance here at your service. I'm ready to speak some vengeance and blood and shit. I'm feeling better. I'm feeling well rested. The key, by the way, to good violence is
Full
energy.
night's rest.
So you definitely want to take a nap before you embark on some violence.
Anger nap
Huh?
and Weetabix.
Anger
Don't
and
worry, never mind.
Weetabix sound correct. I'm not 100% sure what Weetabix is. It sounds like something from a country that doesn't exist.
Good changing a phrase.
What?
Nothing but bangers and mash are served on this island.
What the fuck is this? What the fuck is this shit? And
Is it when it's
do
bangers and mash? It's like
mash? You
sausage
mean
and then there's
sausage and
potatoes.
you mean sausage and potatoes?
Mashed potatoes specifically, hence why it's bangers and mash in the mash part.
Okay, listen. Why are you calling them bangers? The fuck
don't
does that
know.
mean?
It's just what they are.
But they're
Like, this
sausages.
is bangers and mash.
They're
Yeah.
so- what the fuck?
But they're like
Just imagine
really good
Zaltanna.
sausages.
Zaltanna's like, Zaltanna assumes that because they're called bangers, it means they like explode in your mouth or something, and she's just like really like cautious eating it. I love bangers.
Massively
But
disappointed.
I genuinely have always wondered why y'all call them sausages bangers.
I honestly can't, but it's only specifically when you have it with mashed potatoes, and I don't know why. I can't give you an answer.
It sounds like a really cool food, but it's just sausages and mashed potatoes.
This is
Like,
sausage and mashed potatoes.
bangers and mash.
But they're like good spicy sausages. They're not like they're like processed hot dog kind of sausages. These are like real Cumberland or Lincolnshire sausages. They are great.
Oh yeah, delicious.
All right.
Zaltanna's shoveling them down her throat, but she's like, bangers, are they gonna explode in my mouth?
Well, no, I mean they only have like a hot or a bangery texture if like I managed to weave a little bit of magic in there, but I try not to do that with my food because I did that once and it's just kind of like, you know, the thing where you bite on the side of your tongue. I did that really hard one day by accident, and I decided never to do that again.
Demi,
And then
wait, I have
that's how
a
got
really
it.
good idea. Okay, so when the okay, listen. I'm just waiting for my microphone to stop shaking because I moved it for a second. Listen. Demi, listen. What if when we fight off the blissful eclipse and the apocalypse is over and everything, you and I are gonna go into business and we're gonna make bangers and mash, but like the sausage, the bangers, we're gonna put like some kind of like little firecrackery bits into it. So like they don't fully explode your mouth or nothing, but it's like almost like sparks in your mouth, you know, but like without the actual fire. Like it just tastes like your mouth is sparking.
Out of character, what are you suggesting? You know, there's pop rocks that you put in your mouth that do the popping thing.
Yes, that is exactly. I am
with
absolutely
sausages?
suggesting pop rock laden sausages.
That sounds so grim.
That's disgusting.
And this comes from a person who grew up with bangers and mash.
Oh, that is the wine and the bread part of Christianity in Zaltanna's religion. It's pop rocks and mashed potatoes.
Oh my god!
I love
Zaltanna's.
it. I love it.
Listen, it was all okay. If Zaltanna had like holy food, it would definitely be pop rocks, and then like
sorry, it's the ideas of
beer.
Pop rock sausages are blowing my mind.
Oh yeah, no, it's
Beer?
absolutely disgusting. As I was saying it, I was like, wait, this is just pop rocks and sausages. That's disgusting. But I'm gonna keep going with it. I'm gonna keep fucking going with it because I've already committed to the bit. So
Point of observation. Casey got so heated about the idea of pop rock sausages that they moved the microphone. During the entire argument with Squash, the microphone was not moved once.
that is not true. I just was holding it. I was holding it in my hand so I could be close up to it, and I'm really good at holding it like steady so you can't hear that I'm holding it. But this, I just moved the microphone stand, and that thing is not fucking stable.
All right, you got me there.
All right, where the hell do we go?
My
back
mouth
to?
was fully on top of that microphone. That's how fucking heated I was. Sorry, Neil.
You sounded okay. But, yeah.
All right, wait. Where am I taking this from?
So, you asked, do you guys need anything else? We talked about the armies of Bellum.
Right. Yeah. Well, okay. If there's nothing else that you need, then I guess I will just send you on your way. Cool. Great. She reaches out, and Squash, you see that she casts 3 separate runes. And then when she pushes them together, you find kind of like that. All of you feel like you're kind of momentarily like in like a really bubbly bubble bath where like the bubbles are going nuts. And then you find yourself standing in Bellum. Actually, you don't find yourself standing in Bellum. I'm going to describe the scene first. All around you, the sky is kind of this orangey red color. There are some clouds that are skittering across it, kind of a mixture of greens and purples. The ground below you is sandy, and you can see there are dunes everywhere. You can see copses of trees here and there. Off in the distance, you can see this kind of tall rock structure that goes for miles and spreads beyond the horizon. You can see that there are little buildings over in that area. As you look around further, as you're beginning to fall, you can see that there are these bundles of creatures, and they seem to be moving as a pack or as a herd, and you can see some of them just skittering off in different directions. You see some of them suddenly disappearing, as you would assume maybe they've died and been reborn again to become further more demons. You're not really sure. But what you are sure of is that you're about 30 feet in the air. As you begin to like pop back into existence, you find yourself falling, and all of you take 2d6 of falling damage. I think it's a 6, right?
Yes.
The spectre carrying me down.
Yes.
Oh shit! Yeah, you got like permanent pedal. You fuck.
Yes. Yeah. You would float down gently while your companion's like, ah!
All right, the trend of falling damage. What is it gonna do for me? Oh, a complete average 7.
That's more than I normally get.
Lovely.
All right, Zaltanna, what did you get?
5.
Cool. And Laffian, what did you get?
6.
Squash, as we know, got 7. Rhal takes no damage. Fuck you, Rhal. Fuck you and your 0 falling damage. As everyone, like, you crash into the ground, the sand kind of gives out underneath you, but it's still enough to, like, oh, I landed awkwardly on my ankle. As Rhal just kind of, like, gently flips to the ground next to you.
Squash is gonna get up and, like, dust himself off. I'm assuming this is, has something to do with the whole bad weather, Dacian fucking with everything?
Or we just have bad luck.
Maybe.
You notice that off to the left there is Squash, your perception thing is like above 25, right?
Yeah.
Great. Off to your left, probably, not too far away as you've landed and you kind of stand up. You see there's a rock formation that's kind of right before, like, this massive rock formation that goes for miles and miles. In front of that, you can see that there is what looks like a fence, and it seems to be surrounding this kind of smallish looking building. Off to your right, you notice that kind of horde of creatures that were kind of fighting amongst themselves are beginning to notice your presence and beginning to make their way towards you. They're some distance off, but they've noticed you for sure.
We should probably start heading towards that. I got yelled at for calling a small house a shack earlier, so that house over there. Is it a town or is it just a single house?
It's a single house that's surrounded by kind of like a really low, surrounded by, I guess for Squash, a fairly high fence.
Whoa.
It's surrounded by like a fence you would see on like a farmstead or a cattle ranch or something like that.
Yeah.
There is there's a small building in the center of it, and what looks like, as you kind of are beginning to possibly approach it, what looks like a very quickly or crudely constructed like stables. And you can see that there are some creatures in there too.
Okay.
But again, it's a little distance off.
Yeah, we should probably start heading over there. Whatever those things are, we're in Bellum, so I'm assuming they're not friendly.
Most likely. Yeah, we should get going.
I'm assuming I'm leading the pack, looking out for any... I'm imagining, like, aggressive fauna, just, like, straight up just plants that's gonna stab you.
Demonic carnivorous plants.
Yeah.
The cactus just wants a hug.
Well, the cactus can find other cactus friends, or a porcupine to hug.
We get attacked by a bunch of fucking cactar from Final Fantasy.
Rhal's straggling behind because he's like looking and studying at everything. All the weird plants and stuff or whatever y'all are talking about. He's just fascinated.
Yeah, like the plants that are growing here are definitely something you were probably more likely to see when you were crossing the Waste of Tisiamu, when you were heading towards the forge. And you can see there's a lot of these like random rock formations all over the place, some making arches, some just a big pile. The sand underneath is kind of like this dark orange color. So there's a lot of like heat in it as you're crossing across. Strangely, it is subtly cooler than the physical plane that you just left. The creatures that are kind of chasing after you or heading in your direction, it's a fairly big pack. You can see that some of them have hooves, some of them have feathers, some of them are flying like low over the group of them and just like heading out in your direction. And as you're getting closer and closer to this farmstead or this building or whatever you may call it, they're kind of beginning to really close in on you. And you can see there's probably about 20 of them.
Did Ama ever describe anything like this to you, Rhal?
20 things chasing us? No.
Yeah. More specifically.
The house?
No.
No.
Did anyone ever describe a house?
The plants? No.
Okay, you can't just say you and Ama don't talk
Her
about
time
Bellum.
in Bellum? No.
I don't know if you know
She
this,
mentioned Bellum.
but she doesn't want to stress him out, Squash.
Okay. Squash is gonna try to speed up the crew. Am I estimating that these creatures are gonna be upon us before we make it to the farmstead?
Take a survival check.
All right. Unfortunately for you, that's one of my good skills.
Ah,
Yeah, you should have
Fuck
thought
you.
about that before you asked me to roll that. Why is it not rolling? What's wrong with you today? There we go. 24.
Yeah. You think possibly they'll be there just as you kind of hit the edge of that farm, or hit the edge of like the fenced area.
We might want to hustle, because those things are moving way faster than you assume they do. So, yeah, Squash is just going to start moving a lot faster.
As you're making your way faster towards the kind of fenced off area of the building, and you can see like now they're getting close. You can see this dust clouds just kind of like forming up and around them as they're beginning to like gain momentum. You see some of them have like long fangs that are kind of like beginning to drip. Some of them are more upright and humanoid, closer to what you would expect like someone newly into this world would be. Sorry, into this plane would look. You see a fair few of them have wings, although some of them aren't able to actually take their weight. A fair few of them are carrying weapons, but the rest of them are just what looks like feral beasts as they try to catch up with you. As you hit the edge of this, as you get like say within 40, 50 feet of the edge of this fence, as you kind of hit that kind of like ring around it, you just feel this heavy magical presence as if you just crossed over a threshold, if you just crossed over a barrier. You can see that within and around this building there are all manners of different looking horses at different stages. So there will be horses that have a very dark coloured mane, some of them mottled with different colours. You see some of them are just pure white. Some of them have very long manes, and some of them have horns. Some of them have flames that comes from their nose. There is all sorts here, but none of them are saddled.
I have a feeling that there's going to be somebody here who speaks our language. And Squash is looking at Laffian at that point.
Very astute observation.
Thank you.
Why are you staring at me for that?
Because I'm pretty sure they're not going to speak any language we speak. And Squash is gesturing to the rest of the crew.
I mean, Rhal kind of has a whole thing. I mean, I just would have to, expend a little bit, but...
Oh, shit. Yeah, sorry. I mixed you up. I thought for a second there, I switched which one of you has the reading and which one of you has the tongue. Sorry.
No, Rhal's got the smarty one that he doesn't have to do anything for it.
Right.
I have to do things for mine.
Yeah, I think Rhal has tongue of the... Is it moon and stars or
Sun
moon
and
or
moon?
something?
That is a good question.
Yeah, probably that.
I don't remember what the fuck it's called. It's called bullshit.
All right. I'm going to do this again, where Squash does not
Thank you,
forget.
Arch. Thank you.
Sun and moon.
Hey, look at me go. All right, I'm going to do this
Doesn't
again.
even make
where I
sense.
don't
He's got a forked tongue.
identify them. All right.
The left fork is the sun. The right fork is the moon. Is there a doorknob?
You basically are at the fence. As you kind of like hit that fenced area, some of the horses within this paddock, or like, slightly more unicorn or winged shaped horses, begin to like trot over. They've clearly noticed you and are heading your way. The creatures that were kind of like closing in on you, they hit that 40, 50 foot mark away, and they just seem to not want to cross that line. You see them like pouring as if they're like trying to scrape at a door, but don't really want to go much further. But the house itself, yeah, that would have a doorknob. Has one door as far as you can see, and you can see there's also like a crudely made stables.
I'm going to take a guess here that in order to get to the door, we have to get through the yard with the horses of questionable nature.
Uh-huh.
Okay. V, I'm going to pray to God that you did not make these horses what I think they are.
Oh, man. I kind of hope you did make them what I think they are, because it would be terrible but hilarious.
I'm pretty sure they were a mount option for you when we were replacing Karuna.
Yes. And I almost took one, if I remember correctly.
Yep, you almost went for it, but we decided that the wolf was more thematic.
Great. Do I have any understanding of demonic lore from my studies? Like, is there shit I would know? I don't know how much my studies would have encompassed Bellum and demonology, but...
Yeah, I mean, all of you would probably know a little bit about demons from Bellum, since they are part of the ever-present threat that would just makes traveling the roads in Discora, even on Kino, just full stop dangerous, because you would have random celestials or random demons wandering around, just losing the thread and trying to kill y'all, as they're kind of confused. So you would probably know a little bit about them.
May I use a religion check?
Sure, but it would be oddly specific and kind of difficult, but yes, you could try a religion check. Anyone else want to try a check of some sort?
I got Arcana and History. Take your pick.
Nope, you take your pick.
Probably more History. Actually, no, because they're magical creatures, so his study of magic would probably make more sense. So, Arcana?
Yes, go for it.
Okay.
I got a 13, which I'm going to assume is not high enough if it's super specific.
Yes, I'm going to say that you recognize it's not just horses that are on this kind of ranch. Like, you recognize other mount options is what I'm going to say. Like, animals of significance to other religions besides Tears, Torms, Ilmaters, and yours. You do spot a wolf in this pack, but mostly it's a variety of horse.
That's a book title right there.
No.
Tears, Torms, and other deities. I got a 22 in Arcana.
You know, looking a little bit more at the horses that have like the unicorn horn, you know that traditionally they either ally themselves with very good people or they are just assholes like Clack. That's kind of, yeah.
Do they end up
looking at
dive?
That's a deep pool. I hope you're taking your notes back from episode 15 or whatever the fuck it was. Yeah, like you would know that they don't tend to really have many like grey areas for them. It is either you're a person they're with or you're a person they're against. Looking at the horses with the horns that are specifically here in this paddock that seem to be making their way over to you, some of them seem a little bit more gaunt than you would expect, and they kind of definitely have a flare to their nostrils that seem like they wish to intimidate you.
I'm scared.
Should be. You know that these creatures would have spells to them. They have access to magics.
I'm going to name that one Diomedes.
Okay. Do I know if they can speak or understand spoken word? Outside of the realm of what animals can understand?
Yeah. You know that especially those, they would be able to understand languages, but they'd be very specific to the area that they would have grown up in if they grew up around people who spoke languages, or it would be very specific to the humanoid that they would have bonded with, if they've bonded with any humanoids at all.
Gotcha. Okay, I think we need to get past these, but we need to be careful because they are extremely smart, and if they hate us, then they're probably going to try to kill us. And they do possess some modicum of magic.
Oh.
What? Horses with... No.
I definitely thought these were the cannibal horses.
Wait, hold on. Squash?
Yes. The creatures that have like gotten really close, they're still like circling around and watching all of you, and like you see occasionally like they're trying to like attack through this barrier, which is you feel but haven't managed to like see. You can tell that they're trying to get into it, so just beware of that.
Squash, we have fought two-headed giant monstrosities of God knows what. We've spoken to literal gods and the creators themselves. But magical horses is where you draw the line.
Horses was always the one animal that just kind of made sense. It doesn't have like the owl bear thing going on. Bears have that, and I know of like frogs that can like poison people. Like what?
That's
you make that
natural.
bullshit up. What do you mean natural? All of this is natural. This is our world, baby.
They have horns. Squash, they have horns.
I had horns and I was not magic.
Rhal, you're arguably the most magic one here.
Squash is pointing at Rhal.
Most of y'all who aren't having this direct argument are most of the other horses, ostriches, wolves, and such like, and a squirrel. They are just making their way away from where y'all are, and you notice that there are two of the kind of horned horses are kind of like definitely taking the lead, and basically are not too far from you right now.
Okay, all right. Discuss that later.
Okay.
We should have a polite conversation with them, express our intention.
I didn't bring any apples.
If you'd like to try giving them some of your rations, I guess.
I don't have any apples.
I'm pretty sure they eat things besides apples, Rhal. They look like they probably could consume flesh.
I did not know that.
Okay. That doesn't help.
So, Rhal waves at them.
Oh my god. Okay, opening maneuver.
God bless
wave at
you,
these
Neil.
Two horned horses.
Neil
one
is
of them
the
has like
equestrian
a
master.
yeah. One of them has like there's a special name for this. You know the cats that have like the black and the brown and they're really muffled
Calico?
color? Yes, those guys. I can never remember what they're called. One of them has a really calico-looking texture, coloration to it.
Or do you mean
its
brindle?
features are quite drawn, and you can see a lot of its like ribs and facial structure. The other one seems a little more plump, and it's kind of like shades of grey. Again, looking kind of gaunt, especially around the face. As they get closer, you all hear this really soft melody. It's really delicate, like wind chimes, and it's really kind of captivating. I'd like all of you to make a wisdom saving throw, please.
Is it a charm effect?
Yes, it is.
I have advantage.
You may roll with advantage.
I think I'm immune to charm too.
Oh wait, yeah, you have your. Does your aura prevent charm? I thought it was just frightened.
V.
Yes.
This is why you learn your players' abilities, so you don't waste everybody's time.
Do you really want me to learn what your abilities are?
No, please don't. Don't ever look at my
You
character
sure?
sheet.
Because I feel like you're asking me to find out specifically what your weaknesses are.
I've scribbled a lot of things in the margins of my book that you're not allowed to see.
Uh-huh.
Yep, you're right. Frightened. I was wrong.
Ah, shit.
I'm
All right,
sorry.
Neil, strike my dissing at V earlier from the record, please.
Yeah.
I'm gonna, for some reason, Squash feels like this area is very much against him, and he's going to need to roll with disadvantage.
No, I rolled really good. I rolled really
I'm
good.
joking, Ethel.
Thank you. I was joking too. I was ripping because I respect your DM style, but I understand it and I respect it.
Okay, sure.
I am so lucky I'm proficient in that.
All right. Okay, Zaltanna, what did you get?
I got a 23, and then I believe we all get +4, right? For my thing.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah,
so
shit.
27. You
Yes.
are. It sounds lovely, but you are not charmed by these dead ass looking horses. Rhal, what did you get?
Natural 20, 31.
Fuck you. Yeah, you don't give a shit either. Laffian, what did you get?
Gotten a 23, but with Zaltanna, it's 27.
Fuck you too. And Squash?
Rolled an 18, so 28.
I need to add his Zaltanna's thing to mine. Hold on.
No.
35.
don't you guys wish we're fighting Dajin now and we were rolling all these big rolls and Dajin would be just dead? Am I bringing it back too much? Do I sound bitter?
You are aware that the horses are trying to put a magical effect on you. It sounds nice, and you can tell it's definitely coming from their horns. But you guys aren't, you're above such parlor tricks these days.
I'm no good with animals.
They understand
They
us.
stand about 10 feet tall. Like, pretty big.
Oh, okay. Hi, excuse us. Sorry, we're kind of looking for somebody. We believe that they might be here. Apologies for
They
trespassing.
shake their head and just kind of like neigh at you. The nostrils flare.
Don't understand common? Different language, perhaps?
You see them beginning to like paw the ground in front of them.
In an aggressive manner, or like...
Inside the horse?
Sure?
But yes, it's aggressive.
Oh, wait. Well, listen, I'm going to incite the horse. So tell me that
go
aura.
right
What'd
ahead.
that aura do, though?
Oh, boy.
Sometime in this century? Oh, that's a nat 20, 28.
Jesus.
Of course I get a nat 20 for this.
Yeah, these horses are pretty defensive. They do not want you coming any closer, and if preferable, they don't want you anywhere near their fence.
I see.
But you can tell that they have been, the horse things have been broken in, right? You can tell that just from looking at them, the way that their hooves have been like shoed, looking around at the other animals here. Yeah, these are definitely looked after by someone.
Gotcha. Okay. You don't want us coming close. We don't want to offend. Would you be able to let whoever resides here know that we're out here so we can have a conversation? We'll stay here. We won't come any closer.
Yeah, take a persuasion roll.
Okay.
I'm assuming at some point you explained to us that these horses do speak languages.
I told you all that.
Okay. I heard you guys talking to each other, but I wasn't sure that was communicated to the team.
No, that was in character.
Okay.
18.
You see one of them basically step up to you, put their kind of like the front hooves on the fence, but the other one just kind of like shakes its head violently and then heads back towards where the stables are. A few moments later, you see coming out from the side of the stables, you see a very tall orc male. He's shirtless and very obviously has been out in the sun for quite a long time. Is that kind of like leather beaten texture to his skin. He's covered in scars and tattoos. He has kind of like very unkempt shoulder length hair. And he has like very clearly a spear that he's holding as he's coming over. He doesn't really, He's holding a spear at his side. He looks like he's chewing on something. He has a pipe in his mouth and he is missing an eye, but he's not wearing an eye patch. He walks over, but he's standing probably about 15, 20 feet away from the fence. And he looks at the four of you. He looks over at Laffian, looks Rhal up and down, looks down to Zaltanna. And oh god, he nods back at Rhal, kind of a slight bow to Zaltanna, and his eyes just glaze over Squash once, and then return back to Rhal and Zaltanna.
Translation: he heard about you through Grumsh. The rumors.
Okay, so you might have heard about me. I'm kind of a big deal around.
Heard you fucked up.
Yes, that's the word on the grapevine, ain't it?
It's a big thing, isn't it?
Get out of here. Horse immediately attacks you. Nat 20.
Horse fall, everybody dies.
Instant death. Horse stampede. Is it 1,000 horses stampede across the stage? So we don't have the budget for one.
Oh no, they're ponytails.
Don't worry, if they trust you, they don't burn you.
The man stands and he kind of looks at Zaltanna and Rhal, and he says, "Did anyone here speak Orcish?"
No.
Rhal does.
I do.
Rhal, you can speak and understand everything. In that case,
I
you'd be
think
the only
so,
one
right?
who'd understand.
That's how that works. Wait,
yes.
can I
Yeah.
speak it?
Yes.
Okay.
Well, you speak and they understand
you
what you're
say
saying
so.
regardless.
Oh, well, okay. Magic.
Yeah, because magic. You're in touch with all things.
The key.
The universal language of death. You would then be the only one who would understand him. And he says, "Yes,
Hi.
what can I do for you?"
We are looking for Liana? That's the name, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, thanks.
It's the only word that I understand. It's a name.
Yada.
Yes, Raliana. Very good.
Unsure look at laughing.
Well, actually, no, because the way he's speaking, everybody would understand it. So we would understand what Rhal is saying, just not what the other guy is saying.
That's true.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
Magic.
Well, thanks for ruining the joke.
The guy says, "I do not know who this Liana is.
Oh.
I assume she is important for your mission, whatever it may be."
We think so. Yes. But we also don't know much about that mission itself. So, how do you find people here?
A great difficulty. But I have my horses and my emus.
Do you know of a place with a lot of vines? Rhal describes the vines to them.
Perhaps. He points over at the kind of the massive rock structure off in the distance that's on the horizon. And he says, "There is a lot of underground passages from the surface down to, as far as I understand, the caverns even extend to here and beyond." And he points to like the general direction that you came from. "Perhaps there is a way inside from there."
You think it would be safer to travel underground? Rhal looks
It is.
back at all of the...
If you are looking for a place with vines, that is perhaps where you will find it. It would be underground. Nothing seems to grow much here on the surface.
Okay. Rhal is gonna relay everything to everyone else and then translate back what they might have.
We're also
He as you're like beginning to translate back, he says to you in Orcish, like, "I fully understand their common.
Oh, okay.
You do not need to translate for me."
Does he say that in common or in Orcish?
Says it in Orcish.
Rhal translates.
Okay. We're also looking for any kind of, may sound weird, organization. Like, you clearly have a house. Are there towns? Is there a city in Bellum?
He doesn't look at you, and he continues looking at Rhal when he speaks, and he says, "If you are looking for some sort of group, there is a place. It is probably 2 days' ride from here. I don't go there often myself. It is dangerous. There are a lot of people there looking to become more demon than retain their identity. That is not for me. I am very comfortable here with my horses."
That sounds, well, wait, you don't fight?
He kind of looks down at himself and he looks over at his animals and he says, I can fight. I am very proficient with my weapons. But I prefer my horses. I prefer the company of people. Sorry, I prefer the company of my horses compared to people. Animals are much nicer.
Rhal translates.
Me Arch agrees. I relate with this guy.
So, where do y'all think we should go?
Well, I wanna.
It is getting dark soon. It would not be wise for you to travel at night here. Your being alive can be sensed by pretty much everything here.
Oh.
And things can hunt you much easier in the night.
What if I'm dead on the inside? No, that's not character. It's not in character.
Well, I am dead on the inside.
And the outside.
Out there. Physical perfection. Apart from the fact I have no heartbeat. Sorry.
Can he? I don't feel like he wants to talk to me.
I do not.
Well, there you go. What about me? Am I more amicable?
I have yet. You can see as he turns and looks at you. But in Orcish still, he says, I have yet to make up my mind about you.
That's fair. I get that a lot. I'm assuming Rhal's translating that.
Yeah,
He understands you. Like, he clearly understands you. He just refuses to
just
speak.
assume that I'm translating from here on out.
Okay.
Okay.
Would you be opposed to perhaps bartering then? Stay for the night in exchange for goods or services, if that need be something you would desire?
My friend has reminded me that my service is not quite over. He has asked me to provide whatever help you may require.
Dare I ask who your friend might be?
You've met him.
Grumsh?
Very tall orc, yes.
Okay. That's very valid on why you do not wish to speak with Squash then.
Squash is just kind of at this point, like playing with his fingernails and looking at the ground. Just like,
Be that as it may, then, if you would not mind, we would appreciate the stay and protection. And if you would like something of us, then feel free to ask. And if we can help, then we will. Just because you can offer free services does not mean that we are not above trying to assist where we can.
I will ponder upon this. There are vermin here that are sneaky. They steal. But I am not great at tracking them or finding them. Killing them should be no problem. I shall ponder on it.
We may have just the services for you then, if you desire it. You let us know.
Lavia, no, don't include me.
What? Squash, this sounds to me like a very good opportunity to maybe get back in the neutral graces of Grumsh. I can't say good graces because you really fucked that up.
Lafian, I think the only neutral grace I might have achieved is with this orc particularly. And maybe one of his horses, but outside of that, I could take.
Well, okay, Squash, you have to remember the smallest pebble may create ripples within a pond. A small act here may make its way back to Grumsh and him going, okay, well, you know what? I still fucking hate his guts, but at least he's not a total asshole. You never want anybody thinking you're a total asshole.
You've got high hopes for Grumsh's reasonability.
I'm trying to stay in his good graces so that he does not revert to fuck all elves.
Then feel free to throw me under that bus. Come on, stand on top of me. Make yourself look good.
No.
I don't think I'm fixing that bridge any day.
I'm trying to.
Are you coming in, or are you going to stay out there to be eaten by the vultures?
I'm still. Never mind. Yes.
Vultures? Squash looks up.
Gosh, giant like feathered creatures.
Yes, I read about
flying
those.
around.
I heard they're very fond of halflings.
Very long claws.
Easier for picking them up.
The kind of exactly.
No.
Long beaks for getting the intestines. Sorry.
As they fly through the air, there's like a trail of ice behind them.
Oh wait, hold on. Whoa. I don't like where this is going.
Where's all natural life we come across basically made to destroy halflings and squash?
I don't know. I think I vaguely remember someone telling me that I should learn all of your abilities.
Oh, look, it's the consequences of my actions.
Hello.
Wow, tell him to kindly fuck off.
He invites you inside. It's actually a very nice place. There's a good crackling fire on one side. You can see that the furniture here, a couple of chairs, table. There's even like a library of sorts. You can see that there's a bed off in one corner. Everything seems to have been made by hand and have a lot of TLC put into it. And it's clearly very obvious that this man adores horses and all their kind of like ilk and riding such.
V.
Yeah.
Very important when we are going inside, Laffian does say thank you to the horses.
Okay.
Listen, me Arch feels obligated to at least do that much, okay? They were nice, and they actually were like, yeah, you know what? All right, we'll go tell the guy and see what he says. So thank you.
Yeah, you thank them, but they kind of like take it with that stoical, like, I'm watching you, pal. If like the horses could do the pointing to their eyes and pointing at you and back to their eyes again, they would do that, and you get that feeling on that natural insight you had. But yeah, they're watching you. They don't trust you. They don't understand why, like, their friend has let you into the building.
That's fine.
But they bow to his wisdom.
Gratitude is unconditional, like animal love.
No. Yeah, he invites you all in. He says, "What is it that you are requiring this Leanna, you say her name is? I need a little bit more information about who she is and basically anything other than just a name."
She died how many days ago?
Well, that was a couple months ago.
A month.
She died 126 days ago.
Holy shit, we've been together for that long?
Over 120 or so days. And we have something of hers, I think. But I don't know what kind of part of this is for, if this is supposed to help us find her, or if she needs this for something. I don't know.
I would say that Demi would, like, as you're teleporting through, she'd make sure that you'd have the bracelet.
Yeah.
Oh.
It's fine.
Can I make, like, a little minor illusion on the table of what Liana looks like?
Yeah. I mean, y'all hung together, so yes, you probably know her pretty well.
Was that another pun, V?
Yes.
My God.
She's getting bolder
die.
and bolder by the day. We need to stop her before she starts punning every minute.
Yeah, he does like a little finger waggle and a illusory Liana appears on the table.
Yes, I recognize her. The rock range ahead. It has an old city. She hangs out at Locht, or at least I saw her hanging out there last. There is tables or blocks made out of jade. I would call them sarcophaguses, but out of jade. Strange material. That is the place I saw her last. I know that this city leads down into the chambers below.
Terrifying.
That's probably where we need to be. I don't know what we need to do there. What is the city? What is the place? There's probably magic, huh? Magic is scary.
I do not understand it myself, but magic is how we are all here, so... And it is not to be underestimated. A powerful mage can be just as lethal as I am with my spear. The city is very, very old. It was abandoned many millennia ago.
Hmm.
I have an important question.
Sure.
I don't suppose you know what the time dilation difference is between the material plane and here, do you?
No, I am dead. I try not to go to the material plane.
Lafian, we don't experience a lot of time dilation due to the crystal, remember?
Right, but we do experience some.
No, Arch, you don't have to worry about that. The crystal thing we're supposed to kind of get around that. It ties us to Demi's passage of time instead of the plane's passage of time.
Okay, all right.
Yeah, the strange time dilations you have had is because Dacian has fucked with the planes. Not because you guys are traveling between them.
Okay, all right. I misunderstood that part then.
Right, yeah, no, I forgot Dacian's been fucking with time too. Sorry.
Oh, yeah.
Sorry,
Dacian's fucking with time.
Your confusion is much more understandable now, Arch.
Well, because I knew that we were having time skip issues. I just apparently misunderstood the source of it.
Fucking Dacian again. Good thing we took care of him already.
I'm sorry, Squash. I don't know how to heal that butt hurt.
There ain't no cream that can soothe this buttache.
Okay.
Do you remember, like not too long ago when you were like, hey, I did a real dumb thing with Demi, and I mean, I'm going to let y'all talk me out of some dumb shit from now on, okay? And then here we are right now.
Doesn't mean I'm gonna have to like it.
It's the consequences of my action part 2.
The Tushy tantrums are gonna keep coming.
Okay. We need to get to the rocky outcropping then. We have to get to Liana. We need to find where... We're trying to recruit the army of Bellum, was why we were asking before about there being a group of people per se.
Yes, that is the town that I was talking of.
2 days away, you said?
Correct. You would need to take some of my horses.
Oh,
I could loan
I don't know how to ride
Rhal.
a horse.
It is okay. You just need to hold on. They know very well how to handle inexperienced riders.
Okay.
I dare not presume, but I do have to ask. Zaltanna, you are with a mount, yes? Or do you require one of mine?
I have my own mount.
Good. Then I can provide Rhal and the other tall one with something to ride.
Lafian, sorry. Pleasure to meet you.
Hester.
Hester. Pleasure then.
I guess I'll just ride with one of you, too.
Maybe you should kill the rodents so that the horses like you more.
I've got nothing against it. Yeah, sure, let's kill some rodents. I'm more than happy to help Hester.
You can pretend they're Dacian. Take out
Take
the
it-
frustration.
There you go, exactly. Thank you, Rhal.
Punching bags.
Shooting bags.
I think you guys are trying to make me feel better, but it just feels like mocking.
See, there's a fine line between the two, and I like to think that we're dancing along that middle.
No, it's just straight up mocking, I think.
A straight up mock would be me saying that it takes a rat to hunt a rat.
I knew I liked you for
Okay, so I'm just gonna get cracking on this rat problem in the morning, I assume. Yeah, one horse could be. I don't know.
Didn't we like just wake up though?
Yes.
I'm gonna crack on with this rat problem right now. I'll see you guys in a minute.
If you want, it is possible to go to Red Rock now. But it would be dangerous. I would have to come with you.
It would be dangerous now, but it would be safer to go when?
When the light returns.
Oh,
How dangerous are we talking?
I would rate our chances of being attacked 2 to 1.
It's almost a sure thing.
Coin flip.
should we go underground or just kind of right over?
You cannot get underground from here.
Oh.
You have to get underground from Red Rock City.
Oh. Okay, more time above ground. That's fine with me. How far is it to get there?
I would say it is probably 2 hours ride.
Are things going to probably follow us in maybe to the city, or is there a reason that it's abandoned?
It is abandoned because the people who used to live there, they were slaughtered in a raid. Winged demons. Summoned out like rats to a sound. And he kind of smiles cruelly in Squash's direction. There used to be people living there, but no longer. They might follow us inside, but I doubt that they could get into the catacombs and the caverns below. And if they decided to follow us, then I get to have an interesting battle to protect you, just as Grumptious asked me to provide you help.
Thank you for your help.
You are most welcome.
Well, we can wait. It's not that far of a trip, so no reason to leave at the moment.
A wise choice.
No reason to put you in undue danger if we can avoid it.
I would rather not face death again. I like remembering who I am, and I have already changed enough.
You have risen before in this plane?
He nods. A few times.
Sorry to hear that.
It is why I avoid the others. Why I found a place protected by magic. The horses do not like to be... They do not like to be risen again.
Is there not like a system where you could be moved to Cicero? We're in Bellum.
I wish to fight when the fight comes. So I need to be here.
Yeah, the fight's getting closer than you think.
I know.
Very
My
close.
sister of the eye, she has 17 days. Yes. I know how long it is before we fight.
All the more reason we need to make sure that we get everybody on board that we can.
Once I have seen you safely the way you need to go, and I get you to the city safely. If going after the armies of Bellum is what you wish to secure, I will ride around, and I will find the other groups who hide to the side like I do. Some of the other orc clans. There are many. They will heed the call when I call for them. And IF Grumsh still means something, even the afterlife.
That would be most appreciated.
You may not need it, but I need my rest. Do not touch anything, Rat. And he basically stumps over, just lays on the bed, just rolls with his back to you, but he still very clearly has his spear in hand.
Shall we go rodent hunting?
Yes, please. Maybe if I do him a favor, he'll, stop calling me rat.
You hear like a kind of like from the bed.
Okay, he might look in my general direction. Sorry, I asked for too much.
Hi everyone, it's V here. Thank you so much for listening to our episode 207. This episode, Coming to Bellum, has definitely, it's been in the making for a while. Hester may be one of the more fun weirdos that I have inserted into the game, and I can't wait for you to hear more about him and how everyone interacts with him. It's been a blast. Thank you so much to our patrons, our new patrons, Philip Collins and James D. Thank you so much for your support. It really does mean the world to us. And our call to action this episode is actually going to be go subscribe to our new show. So Blighthouse has a new show. It's called The Sprouting. It's a Call of Cthulhu actual play podcast. It's a plant-based eldritch apocalypse. I might have a theme to some of my games here. It's about a bunch of folks trying to either survive or beat back the plants that are taking over the world. It's quite horror-based, and we're really excited and really proud of what we've gotten so far, and we cannot wait to share it with you. You'll hear an ad for it at the very end of this kind of babble that I'm doing, and you should be able to find a link to the RSS feed, and the show launches in January. So keep your ears out for the new show and all the things that are coming with it. Thank you so much for listening, and have a good couple of weeks. Bye.
With your long-forgotten name, we call upon you.
We call upon you.
In the words of the unspeakable language, we call upon you.
We call upon you.
By the spilt blood of the wicked, who walk upon this world, sprouting the words of false idols, we call upon you.
We call upon you.
On the land of the dead harvest, that which brings the earth itself into your service, Yamal, we call upon you.
We call upon you. We call upon you. We call upon you.
Yamal calls upon you.
The Sprouting, a Call of Cthulhu actual play podcast by Blighthouse Studio. Find us on your podcatcher of choice.